As a coder, are you a producer or a consumer? Let me explain what this means. Because a programmer is a consumer when they build software using libraries or components or tools that are created by others, which is good. We all do this because it's just smart. It helps us build better software faster. But when a programmer is a producer, they do more than this. They also create new libraries, new components, and new tools, which amplify the productivity of other programmers. This is the key. This is the essence of what we mean by a coding producer. When you're a producer, you do things that amplify the performance of everybody on your team. It does not just mean producing code, we all do that. We mean producing in a different sense. This is about creating and propagating reusable and empowering solutions. And by the way, this is not just about other people. When you learn this skill set, it also dramatically amplifies your own performance. What kinds of solutions, for example, software libraries, do you want to create? The most important thing is that it's something valuable. This is essential. If it doesn't solve a hard problem that people care about, then it was a waste of time. It also needs to be relatively easily reusable. That means the effort for them to come up to speed on your solution and use it in their code base is much lower than it would be to reinvent it on their own. It also needs to be quickly understandable. People do not have time to study overly complex mental models. If they can understand how to use your solution much faster than they can understand how to use any alternatives, then they're going to go with what you're offering. You also want to create something that is low maintenance. That means using your solution not only saves them time right now, it also saves them time in the future. It's not something they're going to have to waste time and energy dealing with later on. It should be empowering. And this means something very specific. It means it allows them to do something they would not be able to do otherwise. One way to accomplish this is to package the complexity of solving a hard problem in an easy to use interface that allows them to avoid that hard learning curve altogether. Think about it this way. If you write a program in Python that does data analysis, could you accomplish that without using pandas? Could you develop a web application without using a web app framework like Django or Flask? Could you write a program that fetches documents over HTTP, but you do not use an HTTP library like requests? The answer to these questions is, well, yes, maybe, but it would be much, much, much more work. It's so much more work. There's a good chance I would choose not to solve this problem at all. I would instead solve an entirely different problem. This is what we mean by empowering. A good software solution that you produce can take a learning curve of many months or even years for someone and let them be productive in minutes instead. The greatest rewards in our profession come to those coders who are producers. You tend to be first in line to get promoted with higher pay. You quickly develop a good reputation that precedes you. Increasingly, you will find that people have a positive view of you before they even meet you. This has many benefits. For example, you can get the interviews you want, more of them more easily. And something really interesting happens. The experience of doing these things, of being a producer, it gives you rare experiences that bring rare wisdom. This wisdom will shine through during interviews and other interactions with technology professionals. Where this all leads is that high performers and other connected people want to work with you, and they will move mountains to create an attractive role for you on their project. But understand this, even if you're working by yourself on a programming project, this idea of being a producer is tremendously valuable because you're developing a skill set here for amplifying programmer productivity. And that allows you to amplify your own productivity, to accelerate your speed at developing extremely high quality software. So how do you approach coding in this way? I recommend you start by looking at problems that are facing your current team. Find a way to code a solution to that problem that is packaged in a way that they can easily reuse. More broadly, start understanding the bottlenecks to rapid forward progress for the team, the organization, and the mission. And imagine what kinds of solutions will eliminate that bottleneck. It also helps a great deal to develop your communication skills. Through the written word or whatever other channel, so that people can easily understand the value to them to utilizing the solutions you create. And when your colleagues and peers start using your solutions, meaning the libraries you create or however it's organized, ask for their feedback, solicit it, and listen carefully for any information you can get about their experience using it, and use that information to improve it more. At Powerful Python, we teach technology professionals to be exceptional producers. Learn more at powerfulpython.com.